All right. If I make this shot,
he gets a pair of shoes.
All right. You hear it? If I make this shot, I get a pair of shoes. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Philly Garcia here. I'm with my dog Dom, aka the Surgeon. Hey man, we're at his palace. You know, the SRGN Studios, man. We're gonna get it. Maybe get a little tour.
Yeah, we just got a fresh cut.
Just got a fresh cut. Let's get it.
I'm gonna show you the spot. So we got the whole bar here. We got a retail space that we're building out right now. This is the customization area where we can customize. You can pick a shoe and customize it however you want.
So how does it work for someone that comes in here?
So we have private, when we have our events, whether it's our league soccer or basketball, or we have different events here, we can activate customization where you can come, sign up and pick a shoe or bring your own shoe and customize it however you want with paint, pens, dye, lacing systems, patches. It's just a good way to do introductory, like customizing one of one for you yourself. So we've had everything from, I had my 4-year-old daughter come do a workshop and just customize some shit.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. What's the shoe that actually is like, I guess the shoe that everybody kind of reaches for? Is it like the Air Force? Is it maybe a Jordan 1?
Yeah, I'd say the Air Force is such a good silhouette to do, and a lot of people gravitate towards. It was the first shoe that I customized when I was 15, so it's just a good shoe.
Okay.
So we work with one of the best leather brands in the world, Echo Leather, and you know, it's a cowhide. So most shoes are made out of leather, and it's a byproduct of the meat industry already. So it's just, if they weren't using it for a material, it would pretty much be a waste. So
would they grab what they need from here and then hang it back up? Use as very...
Yeah, you can cut anything from it, or you can use it for a full shoe. So it's a really way to decorate the space. And if you look up top, these are different shoes that were customized in different ways. Blue dip dye, rope laces, purple dip dye, Hello Kitty, marbling, just different things.
Is this coffee dip?
That's a coffee dye, yep.
Yeah, I've seen that recently. That's been blowing up recently.
And then we got the court. We got the full court where we do basketball, soccer. And we got the VIP areas up top too, so you can come watch the game.
You got a ball? I want to test my jumper. One shot.
Get the man a ball.
Where's their ball at?
We got you.
If I make this shot, all right, I'll use a soccer ball. Fuck it.
No,
basketball.
Basketball, bro.
Whatever.
Give him two. Let's give him two.
I asked for a ball and he gave me a soccer ball, dog.
That's because we're fucking soccer players here.
All right. If I make this shot,
he gets a pair of shoes.
All right. If I make this shot, you hear it? If I make this shot, I get a pair of shoes. Oh my God!
Oh, that went in. Edit that.
And so, is this just a part of the like aesthetic, or is this something that you guys
The leather?
Yeah, like is this something they can pull from here to use on the shoes, or just part of the look?
Oh, this is just part of the build out. So we did the gradient leathers from the light gray to dark gray. If you look closely around the edge, we did the skulls that go from dark gray to light gray, or black to light gray. So this is part of the design.
No, I like it. It looks super dope, bro. It looks super dope. I'm looking at some of the art. What was the process of like collecting some of the art here? I'm looking at your
different friends, or one of our artists did the PJ Tucker piece. A friend of mine created a piece for me. That Rubik's Cube, she goes by Cubist. She takes Rubik's Cubes and does art with them. So she took a class and she gifted me a piece. And then my other friend did some of the pieces. But I just wanted to curate a space that was like creative. There's sport.
And that involved other creatives too, from even if all different walks of life, right?
100%. This is the hallway into work every day. So this is like to open up your consciousness, and like I wanted to create a space that when you walk through, you feel good.
Right. This is dope. This makes you feel like you walking into something, like it opens up your mind. It feels very clean. Whoa.
Yep, so this is where we do everything. So we're building more, and we're putting the bowling lane up here and everything.
Where would the bowling lane go?
Up top, because it needs to be a layer where, because the ball kicks back, you know?
Right.
And I'll take you to my private office.
Here we go. Bro, what?
This is my office where we create one of one's shit like this. This is a fun one.
Ah, you got it. That's hard.
It's Velcro. It was just, we made it for fun. Never release it. I just like making shit for fun and like, you know.
Well, how do you think of something like this, bro?
My son did this when he put swooshes and did like a fucking
A little
Triceratops on the Yeezy.
That's buddy.
This was a Yeezy boot on the Bottega bottom. So we did these because I creative directed Inked magazine for September. So we put 2 chains in them, which was really cool.
Dope.
Son puts little fake snakes everywhere.
Right.
Not really, man. I just like making shit. Like this sewing machine was a collaboration with Gucci. It's real marble, and you know, it's a lot of people just see the shoes, but we create and design everything. So this table was sick, and these are just different. Whether it's Jalen's cleats that we're gonna deconstruct. To
Right. What are these right here, if you don't mind me asking? These things right here.
Those are PJ Tucker's Kobe's.
Wow. Those haven't even been seen yet. Those are in the making, huh?
Yeah.
Those are in the making.
So the gold one up there was a shoe that we did for LeBron and Nike when he hit 30,000 points. So that was we made it like 5 times before we got it right. That's electroplated croc. So it's real gold, 24 karat gold. And
he wore that?
It was a gift. It was like a gift when he hit the
Dope.
points. These were designed and made for Pharrell, pink Timberlands.
That's hard.
I made myself a pair because I needed those.
Right.
Then it's just like a fun area. There's soles everywhere. There's uppers everywhere. You can just mix and match. Like this was a sample we did for Devin Haney, boxing boot, and then you can
Right.
you can just throw a sole on it and you have a shoe. Look at that.
I wonder how many shoes have been fucked up in this process.
Oh, yeah, a lot.
Saying, dog. I wonder how many shoes have really been.
I like that one.
There you go.
Oh, a lot. I mean, you'll see Yeezys are ripped apart and torn apart. Like people cry about this shit. Like, look at this one. The Yeezy boot with the cowboy boot.
Okay.
And then this is the private client experience. So we really only have our clients that spend at least $20,000 with us come in this room.
Okay.
So this is a sneak peek for you.
Man, we appreciate you having us. This is super dope, bro.
Different collaborations, different one-offs that we've done over the course of a long time.
First of all, thank you, man.
Where's the Modelo shoe?
You hear that?
Do we have
Modelo,
any?
we need to get them locked in.
Well, you saw we had the keg that's out. We killed the whole Modelo keg.
Right. Done. I don't know how I'm still. Dom, bro, thank you for having us, bro. Thank you for giving us a dope tour of your playground, dude. Everything, from playing sports to making your shoes. Tell me what it feels like to have a space like this, man, kind of, of your own right now, and what's next? Is there anything that you want to add on to here?
Yeah, no, I think it's always been a dream to have my own space and to mash up like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory with Rob Dyrdek's fantasy factory and do it the way I want to through art and fashion and sport and creativity and creating a safe place for others to come to. Like, how many times have you been to a place in LA where you don't feel welcomed? And for me, like I grew up from my family always gave out love, and we let anyone come to the dinner table, and that's what the space is for me, to bring strangers to be able to come and just create and enjoy life. I think life's too short to be too cool, so I wanted to create a space that there's the private part in the back, and then there's the front space that's also private, but we invite our friends and family to just be a part of it and get inspired,
Right. Want to get into the name real quick. Obviously, it used to be the shoe surgeon, but you took out the shoe because you do much more than shoes. Dope name, by the way. How did you come up with that?
No, I remember I was 19 years old. I was in New York City for the first time ever. Ran into Pharrell Williams at the Bape store, and it was just like, he was one of my idols of all time. there was just so much energy during that New York visit that I was like, yo, I need to figure out what this is. Like this, I was customizing shoes, and I was like, I need an alias, I need a brand, and I was writing down names in the hotel in New York City, and it was like, what do you do with shoes? Surgery, surgeon, and then it was like shoe surgeons with the money sign in the Z, because it was me and a homie at the time. And then from there we had a falling out, and then it became the shoe surgeon, and now it's just the surgeon. And for me, it's not even about me as the person behind it. It's a brand, and it's all of this is the surgeon. But yeah, it's exactly that. It's not just about shoes. Shoes just help me create a voice and get to this point. But it's like, I mean, there's design, language, and all of this and everything here, and that's what's important to me, to be able to design anything and build anything.
Now, talk to me about a time in your life, maybe early on stages. What was the age? The first, was it a shoe that you customized first? Was it maybe a piece of clothes, a jacket, or a hat? Or was it shoes always from the beginning?
I mean, no, I was doing T-shirts in high school. Like I said, I was doing my bedroom, redoing it, moving stuff around. At a very young age, I was like making computer art when I think it was Microsoft Paint came out. It was all pixel art, and I would do South Park characters and put like Santa Claus hats on them, and then print them out, glue them on cork, and then hang them up for my give them away for Christmas presents, for Christmas ornaments. So I was just I was building Legos as a kid, like not following the directions and building things better than that came out. So I was just always very creative, and I loved building things. I need to physically build stuff.
That's pretty cool, man. Just thinking about, we were talking, while I was cutting your hair, and I have a daughter. She's kind of in that same process right now too, where she loves just constantly drawing, constantly coloring, and it goes beyond what a little kid kind of does, because she's constantly doing it, like never bored with it, never satisfied. She just wants to keep doing it. So when you say that, instantly, like I'm like, oh, I see my daughter doing that all the time.
It's important to nurture that and give her the confidence that she's good at it, because then the kids, eventually they do it, and then they look at other people's stuff, and then they start like thinking they're not good enough. And it's like, art is subjective, so as long as you keep feeding it, and like it can turn into anything, but there's no wrong way to do it other than just doing it.
What was so at what point in your life when did you have that big breakout shoe moment where you're like, yo, this is it, man, this is, I feel like you were kind of breakthrough?
I mean, it's been a series of events. The first shoe, I remember being in 7th grade. I had an orange Sharpies, my Data Supremes that I got like at Marshall's. And then I remember the first shoe I actually airbrushed was 15 years old, all white Air Force One mid, and I airbrushed it with camouflage. And I went to school wearing those, and everyone was like, yo, where'd you get those? And it clicked, like I could create my own feeling through art and through fashion. And then from there, there was like, I was making wingtip Vans, which was like ahead of its time. I put boot soles on Vans ahead of its time, like when I was 23, 22. And then I did a Python Jordan 4, at like age 24, that went crazy. That one, like really, when I posted on Instagram, other blogs picked it up, other customizers started customizing it. Misplaced Checks with John Geiger. That one was really ahead of its time, and just like showing the world that you can create art and your own cool shoe.
You've done some pretty dope, iconic shoes and cleats the last couple of years. Is there one that kind of sticks out to you the most? Maybe one that was either had a big dollar sign on it, you don't got to get into details, or one that was just had a lot of work behind it that you love the whole process? What's one that you kind of sticks out the most to you, that you kind of, always place faintly in the back of your head, like, oh, that was cool?
Yeah, I've made a lot of cleats for the biggest stars, and we just did the Super Bowl, and there was like 8 cleats in the Super Bowl. 3 of the touchdowns were scored in my cleats. The winning team, of course.
Slight flex. Slight flex.
Hey man, It's real shit. If
You got winning cleats, huh?
I have winning. A lot of my shoes are winning.
I probably should have been wearing your shoes when I shot that basketball. I probably would have made it.
Oh, you for sure would have. Yeah, the odds are just different. When you feel good and when you look good, you feel good, and when you feel good, you play
good. Okay.
And yeah, we did Odell's warm-up cleats with golden diamonds, and then I mean everyone had Cooper Cups, and then Jalen. But one thing about a pair that we did with Jalen was he incorporated his daughters, and I think that's a beautiful thing to really incorporate your daughters and your family into a cleat that you're gonna put your energy in to play a game. Because I have a daughter, I have a 6-year-old son, and for me, my kids are very important to me. So in anything I do, so that one was definitely stood out to me.
Now, being that you worked with so many brands, so many you done shoes and customized shoes for some of the most iconic brands and unique individuals, what's a brand that you specifically like working on when it comes to someone says, just make me a shoe? What's the first shoe you grab for, and then you say, okay, I'm gonna work on this?
I think Jordan brand is an iconic brand, and I remember wearing the Jordan 1. I wore an original Jordan 1 my freshman year of high school, and wearing that shoe really created a voice for me, and because of that shoe, it got into me wanting to customize my own shoes. So I think the Jordan is just such a classic, and it's also just the energy that Jordan and Nike, when they came together to create that shoe, and all of the energy Jordan put into his craft. And if it wasn't for Jordan, Nike wouldn't be what Nike is, and if it wasn't for Nike, Jordan wouldn't be where he's at. So it's like it was this collision that just happened at the right time and the right moment, and it's like that story is going to be there forever, and that's not like a marketing story. That wasn't just like a marketing gig. Like fucking Jordan busted his ass, and he also worked with some of the best designers at the time to create this shoe. So I would just say the Jordan 1 is always a go-to because there's so much energy, and it's just such a good silhouette. Like no one's wearing it on court. I mean, there'll be some people that will wear it on court, like PJ Tucker here and there, but it's like it's not really a court shoe anymore, even though it's technically a court shoe because technology and everything has evolved, and now it's just a classic shoe that you could wear in the club, or you can wear dressed up and dressed down. I mean, you're wearing it right now. It's a fucking great shoe. Right.
Now, speaking on PJ, he's been called, I guess, the GOAT of the shoes on the court, right? Would you confirm that?
I would confirm it, just in the sense because he's one of the most marketable guys, and it's like I only work with guys that are I tell them they need 3 things. They need to be respectful, they need to be marketable, and they need to be good. And he's all 3, but he's known as the sneakerhead. He's the most marketable sneakerhead. Like you will see players with more followings that don't get as much press as him, just because he's created that noise and that voice to be known as the sneaker guy. I mean, I'm sure there's tons of other players that have big collections, but they just don't have that. They don't market it the same as him.
Right.
And when me and him worked on shit, it's unbelievable. The energy that he has, and when he has a vision and we come together and we make it happen, and it blows up. So I love working with you.
Is there someone that you haven't worked with that you're kind of like, man, that'd be dope?
I want to work with artists in different ways. Like I've worked on stuff for Pharrell, but I want to work on music with Pharrell.
Wow.
And I want to work with other aspects of design with Pharrell, and get his creative process in a different way, because I'm just a creative and I like to make shit, and but I just want to work with good people at the end of the day.
It says a lot about you, man. It says a lot about how respectful you've been to us, and how the hospitality here has been amazing. It says a lot about everybody that's here too, man. Just, from us being here, seems like you got a good team going on. Everybody kind of knows their part, and you guys all come collectively to do, to get this going in the right direction. So before we leave, we wanted to ask, because Modelo is our sponsor, shout out Modelo. We wanted to ask, at what point in your life did you have to tap in or find and really tap into that fighting spirit, and how did you use that fighting spirit moment in your life? Maybe it was a part of your life, maybe your business was down and out where you didn't see it, you know, flourishing, or you thought things were not going the way you wanted to, or, you know, how did you really have to strive and keep going to accomplish and tap into that fighting spirit?
I mean, I think my parents gave me that fighting spirit, and to never give up, to always bust my ass. And I just remember, you know, from an early age, just always working hard. And there was, once I found custom shoes, I put my whole entire passion into it. And there's been so many times that I wanted to quit and give up, and I've been through hell and back. I've been to the mental hospital 3 times. I've been through so much shit that I felt like that I was never going to be able to keep going. And I've had to fight. And now I'm not in fight or flight. Now I get to be in this place where I'm always going to fight for more, but always come from a place of good enough, and create something for other people, not just myself. I truly believe I'm here for, you know, to be at service to humans, to teach them how to make shoes, or to give them art, and to evoke emotion with what I do, and to just be a pioneer in what I do. So now, you know, I get to help inspire other people while, you know, staying inspired by it.
Before we leave, is there anything you want to shout out? Something maybe you've been working on?
Shout out to SRGN Studios. You know, you get one of the first looks inside the studio, especially behind the scenes, into my office. Shout out to SRGN Academy, where we teach shoemaking classes and just promote, you know, being your own surgeon and going for whatever it is you want to create. Like, we have all different types of students that take a class, and it's about just inspiring others and pushing yourself and trusting the process to become better, and to become, you know, to work towards whatever it is you want to work towards.
Well, you guys got it, man. Take the time out of your day to go and support my brother and his vision. He does a lot for the community, a lot for everybody that's kind of involved with him. And I've seen what an amazing person he is just when the cameras are not rolling. So, man, shout out to Dom, man. And
Thank
I
you,
really
man.
appreciate
No,
you having
thank you
us
for
down,
coming
bro.
by. Thanks for the fresh cut.
Let's get it. All right, guys. Peace.